Hey guys, Team Fail here with a deck update. I said I was going to show you guys this the other day, but I've been really busy. I haven't been home. I've gotten a lot of messages. Just because I haven't replied to you doesn't mean I rejected your offer or whatever. It's just I haven't had a chance to look any of them over. And also, I forgot your name, but I did get your dual terminal controllers and the Undyne. I'll be sending your stuff out tomorrow because I'm expecting more stuff today. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Sorry I didn't PM you. Like I said, I haven't had time. So hopefully I PM you when I'm uploading this. But either way, this is kind of a trade proof for that too. Okay, so this is my Gen X deck. Not sure what I'm going to call it. Name will probably be up there, so you'll probably already know. But yeah, so we got 3 controllers. All dual terminals. Pretty good. Look at that. Basically, this is the main card that you're working around. I mean, it's not your win condition or whatever, but you never want to draw into these. And I was playing one duel where I top decked all 3, which was pretty bad. And to get these to your hand without drawing them, use 3 Undyne, 2 with your dual terminal, and these you ditch a water to get a Gen X controller to your hand. So basically it's a free search and you get a monster on the field, so it's kind of sort of like a gadget, and in that fact you get to ditch a card, so it's kind of better. It's only a 12 beater, but still 3 stars is pretty good. And the best cards to throw away water monster wise are 3 Rodent Totems and 1 Treeborn Frog. But honestly, you can't just run Rodent Totem without running the rest of the frogs. So we got 2 Dupe Frog, which search out the rest of the frogs. Usually you're going to search out Swamp Frogs, because Swamp Frogs allow you to ditch Rodent Totems and Treeborns from your deck. So usually you'll get him, and he's pretty good. And if in certain situations you want to get Flip Flop, because Flip Flop's pretty good, especially against Stardust. This card wrecks Stardust, pretty good. Flips and then he returns. Yeah, he's automatically a 1 return, so that's pretty good. And you can't run frogs without running 2 Junk Synchrons, because these bring back frogs, including Rodent Totem, who says he can't be used for synchro material, but since its effect is negated, you can. So that's really good. And also, without having some kind of tribute monsters in there. So, 2 Caius. These remove a monster or back row from play. If it's dark, they lose 1,000. 1 Light and Darkness Dragon. I want to thank Anthony for this. Basically, if you want to get them on a kind of lockdown, you could just play him and hope that they don't just wreck him until he's little. But then again, you can always get back a monster. Well, you get back a monster from your graveyard and special summon it, so that's pretty good. And the boss monster is 3 Obelisk the Tormentor. Yeah, people are going to say, oh, why Obelisk, why Obelisk? Trust me, with Rodent Totem, I could get this card out so easily, same with the other tributes. People are going to tell me to run trade-ins, because I'm not running trade-ins. I know, you don't have to tell me. But this deck does not need any draw power. I can tell you that right now, because you draw what you need. There's 25 monsters. You'll send, first turn, you'll send like 3 or 4 of them to the graveyard. So already you're down to 21. And that's just first hand. It's like, you really don't need any draw power in this deck, because drawing Rodent Totems and controllers completely wrecks the deck. So don't tell me to put in trade-ins, because this deck does not need drawing. And they're barely ever a dead draw unless you draw them beginning of the game. And that doesn't happen often. Then we got 1 Reinforcement, since you're running 2 Junk Warriors. Good search out card, so that way you can get them to your hand early. 1 Vortex, just in case you do have an Obelisk that you need to get rid of or whatever, you can just ditch it for this. And you can always get back with Light and Darkness. I know he'll be destroyed at the end phase, but still. 1 Storm. Storm destroys everything. 2 books. When Light and Darkness Dragon gets little, you can always book him. So, that's really good. He has 24 defense, so pretty good. And then, Mind Control, since you're running 5 tuners, one is Controller is 3 of them, and Controller basically can't fend for himself. So, Mind Control is pretty good. And Brain Control just wins games, and you contribute the monster for Obelisk. 2 bottom, because those are staples. Bottomless, it's broken. Torrential Tribute, because you can have empty fields, or you can have a Treeborn, and they can Bryonac, and then return, and then you could just do this. It's always fun. Force, just in case you get overwhelmed, you just can set a Force. Boom, blow up the field. 3 Prisons, because of Stardust, basically. Stardust kills this deck often. Trust me, I face OG King enough to know that. And this card basically just renders them useless. And then 1 Starlight Road. I just put this in. I had Scapegoats, because I was, instead of 3 Obelisk, I was running 3 Plasmas. So I was running Scapegoat. But now that I took Scapegoat out, I put this in and realized this is probably a lot better anyways. Because Red Dragon Archfiend kills this deck, so you can get Red Dragon Archfiend and just attack into Treeborn. Basically, everything's dead. So, you put this in, they attack into that. And if you have 2 other monsters, those are going to be destroyed by the fact you can activate this, getting a Stardust, and killing his Red Dragon Archfiend. So, that's pretty good. And if you can get Stardust out, you're pretty much probably going to win. So, yeah. So, that's my Gen X Frog Tormentor deck. I don't know what to call it. Tormenting frogs. I don't know. But rate, subscribe, comment. Go check out the people down there. And see you guys later.